Hi guys, welcome to another episode of this podcast InSync. My name is Anja Richter and I'm serving as a consciousness educator and coach. And the story I today want to share with you is an amazing story about consciousness, about spontaneous, yes, and conscious healing I experienced like 13 years ago, and it demonstrates very nicely that you don't even have to have all the knowledge and experience at all to experience spontaneous healing. So it was kind of 2011, something in that area, and I was in a relationship for maybe a year, and I love my partner dearly, and still we had always the same problems, and it was getting a real conflict also in myself, and I felt totally helpless. I felt really weak, and I could feel that I lost my self-esteem and my self my self-consciousness, my attitude, because I didn't know what to do about it, and I didn't want to lose him, right? And I didn't know what to do. I was just feeling absolutely devastated in a way. And so it was a Sunday afternoon, I think, something like that. I had an employed work, and so it was an afternoon, and I really felt very bad. And I looked into the mirror, and what I saw in the mirror was absolutely catastrophic, because my whole face was absolutely covered, suddenly just covered in a huge rush with a lot of pimples and everything. My face was unrecognizable. It was just absolutely ugly, and I looked into this mirror. I couldn't believe it, and I was like, oh my god, I can't go to work tomorrow. I think I had some kind of appointment or even a presentation or something like that, and I was like, oh my god, first thing in the morning, I really need to cancel that. But that even didn't bother me that much. It was like how I looked like, and I was like, oh my god, what happened with me? What is that? What happened? And how long will this actually last until I can actually show my face again, in public or at work or whatever? I was like, oh my god, maybe I have to call in sick for 2 weeks or something like that. It was really, you have no imagination how it looked like. It was the worst thing I ever had in my face. And of course, it showed my inner state, right? It showed my devastation, my not knowing what to do, my weakness, my not having self-esteem, my complete state in that moment. So, and it actually spiraled myself down, of course. Now it even showed how helpless I felt. So it was kind of getting darker. So I was like, I couldn't stay in my apartment anymore. I had to go out and have some fresh air. And I lived in quite a big city at the time, and I, you know, had a cap on, and I just went some hidden ways, in a way, so to not be seen by too many people like that. And then I I came to a halt in front of like a window, like for a shop, a shop, and this window showed actually an advertisement for some perfumes, and it showed pictures of women. Each there were different women, like I think 3 or 4, like representing the different styles of these perfumes. And those women were looking so incredibly beautiful. Of course, they had a pure skin. Of course, they were absolutely like beaming and radiating, like their skin was just absolutely beautiful. But what caught me, the thing is, I didn't even look at that skin, uh, amazingly enough. But what really caught my eye was this attitude that those women actually represented for me in that moment. They represented everything I felt not for myself. They represented such a self-esteem, such a self-consciousness, being in their access, knowing exactly who they are, with a calmness and a peace. And I didn't see any ego, in those pictures, in these images. I just saw pure beauty, pure self-consciousness, pure knowingness, pure, absolutely, pure certainty about themselves. And I was like, oh my God. Those women certainly wouldn't have the problems I have with my boyfriend right now. And I was so captured with that. I stood in front of this window for a long time, staring at those pictures, and then I actually took photos and went home with this precious treasure, and I put them on my laptop, and for the rest of the evening and through half the night, I don't know, at least it was after midnight, I just sat on my couch and just looked at those pictures, and I inhaled this self-esteem just totally intuitively. I just inhaled this because I wanted that. I wanted to feel like them. I wanted to feel what I saw there, and I inhaled it completely. I completely went in sync with this state of self-esteem, of consciousness, of I know who I am, and being completely aware of myself. And I just really, even not knowing what I was doing, but I really embodied that. I tried to embody that, So I was just there, and I completely melted with those pictures, with those images. I just melted. I just got one with them, just because I wanted it. There was no intention of anything. I just wanted to feel that again. How does that actually feel? I was so craving for that. So this is what I did. And it was far beyond midnight when I finally went to bed, and I went into the bathroom and looked into the mirror, and I couldn't freaking believe what I saw. My face was completely pure. It was better than before. My skin was radiating, and it was so clear. And if there wouldn't have been some little tiny spots over here, I wouldn't have even considered the whole thing happened at all. I would have thought it was kind of a hallucination or something like that. So I couldn't believe it. It was even more shocking in a way than discovering all this whole rush in my face before. And I was like, what happened? What actually happened? And only then I kind of recognized, well, yes, I just wanted to embody this state, and somehow, that also involved the skin, of course. And the skin was actually, of course, it was just reacting on what I did to myself, on my thoughts, on my beliefs about myself, about my helplessness, and all that the things that I told myself unconsciously. So that was actually, and it is until today, for me, a very, very strong example of how healing works, how self-healing works without even knowing something about that, and not, at least not consciously, And I just want to, to encourage everybody to, if you have something right now, if you're not feeling well, if you have some body issue or psychological issue or a soul issue or whatever, to really embody the state, the real state, align with this state that you are actually craving for. And because it is just showing you, hey, you're somehow not on this aligned track. And we all know how love feels. We all know how being safe feels. We all know how feeling completely certain and present feels. We all know how wholeness feels, because we all had moments of that. And to remember that and completely embody that as if it was here, because it is here, it is the present, it is that what is present, and telling you, hey, you are not present with me, you are present with another state, with another reality. That is actually not really true. You can experience that, yes, but we will always, it will always show you how far away you are from the actual wholeness that you are, and the connectedness and the all that you are. And with this, I wish you a very pleasant and present day. And greetings from Lake Constance, and see you soon on this podcast. Thank you, and bye-bye.